And I'm sure you guys have a bunch of questions. Currently I'm in London, so the backdrop is a little weird, but I think it's a cool backdrop. But there are a lot of things that people focus on that you don't need to focus on when it comes to building your online store and making something profitable and making money on Shopify. And there are just so much fluff out there, so I kind of want to get to the bare bones today and really tell you guys maybe 5 major things that you guys should focus on if you want to be able to scale a store like this. And first things first, I want to tell you guys that 1.7 million in, how long is this, like months, is not that much. Like, there are people doing $1.7 million a day, so just keep that in mind. Like, there's still this game, and I'm definitely still learning a lot, but I also have a lot of knowledge, and I've been doing this for a couple years now, so I can pass it on to you. But let's get straight into this, guys. The first thing that I think is the most important, and probably the 2 most important metrics that you should even focus on when you're scaling and are running your ads or anything like that. 1 is LTV, and 2 is new customer CPA. And so new customer CPA is how much it costs you to acquire a new customer into your brand. And it has to be a new customer. That's why it's new customer CPA. But basically, new customer cost per acquisition. So if I spend $30 on Facebook ads and I get 1 purchase, or if I spend $90 and I get 3 purchases and they're all new customers, that is a $30 CPA, or new customer CPA. And then the other metric is LTV, which is simply lifetime value. And that one is a lot more complex to calculate that one, but it is a super metric to know. Prick that piece of gum. But the reason why these 2 go hand in hand is because if you know your LTV, right, how much a customer is going to spend on your brand and with your brand for as long as, they're a customer, and then you know how it costs to acquire them, you can get a better understanding of how much you can spend, like how much money you can lose up front will still be profitable long term. And that's what I did with this brand. I run subscriptions on it, and up front, I think I lost probably like 20 to 30K just right up front getting these customers in, because I knew we had high subscription percentage, and so a lot of these people are going to come back and purchase again, and they're going to sales basically for free. And instead of like a product where you would customer for $20 and they'll pay like 50, I was acquiring customers for probably closer to around 30, and they would probably purchase for $40, but then they would be billed the next month again, and so that's another 40, so it's like 80. And once you understand this, you kind of brought a perspective of e-commerce, and this is what all these big brands are doing. Like if you look at Rise, you look at Everyday Dose, you look at AG1, all these huge supplement brands, or even some brands that are in the clothing niche, they'll do like some sort of like VIP, and they're trying to optimize for LTV. And once you understand your LTV, you understand how far you can take it, and it's just a super thing to understand, because a lot of you guys could be spending a lot more up front than you are, and that's kind of how I've been able to scale this, is because I've understand those 2 metrics. Next thing I want to talk about is locking in on your ads. And so with this brand, like I said, I lost dollars up front running this thing. But the thing that really made it profitable for me was that I tested a bunch of ads at first. I probably tested close to 200 ads, and one of those ads, or maybe 2 of those ads, ones that actually worked decently. And I went inside, looked at those ads, and saw like, what is the ad talking about? What's the customer persona, like the very specific person that they're talking about in this ad? What's the lingo? What's the angle? And then you figure all that out. And then basically what I've done from that is tailored my entire store into a brand for that specific customer. And now I have like a very group of people that I target. And ever since then, it just has become so much more profitable. And the reason why, if you think about it, I'm an e-com founder, right? Or an e-com whatever. I'm an e-com guy. And so imagine if I was scrolling on my For You page and I see a reel that says attention e-guys, if you do this one simple trick in your business, it will 10x your revenue. That's going to be so appealing to me because it's talking straight to me. It's talking about me. And you can go even further. You can mention details of what they do, habits and stuff, even what they wear. And you get super, the more specific you are, the more it's going to connect with that customer or the person who's watching the ad, and then the more warmed up they're going to be to make a conversion on your site. And so that's kind of one other thing that I've really implemented into this. And then the other couple things that I want to mention are mostly mindset. I feel a lot of people out there, they know what to do, they know what direction to take, but they don't take action, one. Then when they do take action, they just doubt themselves and they get analysis paralysis. They don't know what to do. Just see your guns, man. if you stick it out, like I was losing a lot of money. I was losing like $2 a day on the store at one point. But I knew in the back of my head, like the statistics were good. Like I was getting like a add to cart percentage, like 20%, was crazy. I was getting, I just didn't have that final conversion percentage where I wanted it. But I just decided to stick it out, and it took like 2 or 3 weeks, but then my CPA literally cut in half, like just completely just dropped. And so ever since then, I've kind of been able to scale it, and that's why I'm doing, 100K a month with super healthy margins, like super margins, which is really nice. And a lot of people there's probably other people who've actually tried to run this product. There's probably people who have even tried to run this angle. But the difference between me and these people is that I just believed in it more. I have that like execution in me where I'm gonna like make it work, and I'm able and comfortable with spending money and losing money up front, as long as one, I'm learning, and two, like the LTV stats like make sense. So a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people in e-commerce, all they look at is upfront profit margin, upfront this, upfront. But you need to understand, like I said, the big brands, Rise, Everyday Dose, all the huge DTC, supplement, like even companies with their cross sells, they are optimizing for LTV, and they're trying to increase the LTV, and they're trying to decrease their CPA. And a lot of times you can't even decrease your CPA. A lot of times, like having a $30 CPA is super solid. If you can get a $30 CPA at Meta, you should be able to be profitable long term. If you're not, it's because your LTV isn't high enough and you need to optimize for it. So that is something that I'm learning. And like I said, guys, I come from money. I actually didn't say this earlier, but I want to tell you guys this. I didn't come from money. I work at a pizza place. I used to work at Chipotle, and $15 an hour, and I just believed in myself. I did e-com on the side. Eventually I was able to scale my first product, and then ever since then my life has changed, and it can change for you guys too. And the next thing you know, this kind of revenue, and I don't even like think of it, like to me it's kind of weak sauce, which is kind of crazy to think about, but I just know I have a lot more to give. But guys, believe in yourself, and you can do something like this. But a lot of the stuff, like listen to the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the stuff that's out there is fluff, and there's 20% of the things that you actually need to focus on and that are going to get you results. So keep that in mind, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.